Hey everybody, Phantom139 here, and welcome to the start of a new video series. For those of you who do not know about me, I am an independent game developer, and I have done a lot of work with engines like Torque 3D and games like Tribes 2 and Command & Conquer in the past. And one of my hobbies is actually creating custom content for video games. So when a game like Halo comes around with a map editor, you know I'm going to be all over that stuff. I started a map series back in Halo 4 called Sanctum, which is a puzzle slash adventure slash parkour map series. And I've recently got a surge of message requests over Xbox asking me to make some guide videos on how to complete these maps. So without further ado, this is the series. So we're going to start today with the first map, which is the mountain. I'll have links to the game mode and maps in here if you want to go check them out. I do recommend actually trying to play through it first, and then if you need help getting through it, feel free to tune into respective sections of the video. So let's get started. Sanctum the Mountain is the first map in my series, and it was created when the scripting system didn't really allow for many puzzles to be made at the time. So these first few maps were much more focused on the parkour segments. So for the first section of the map, you just have to jump across a few platforms. There is one platform that you do need to be mindful of that you will require a boost jump to reach, but other than that, that's all you have to do. Once you complete this section, you'll be on to moving platforms. There are 5 of them, and at the end of it, there's a platform that rises and falls. Make sure to jump in the right timing such not to fall off, and then wait for the platform to rise up before jumping across. Then you will jump to a moving platform that goes across the water. Pay close attention to the right. There is a red pipe there, and we'll need that information for later. After you complete this section, you will reach the first checkpoint marker, so go ahead and flip that switch there to activate a checkpoint. Next, you're going to come up to a section that has markers that are coming out of the ground, and then pedestals standing up. A good piece of advice is when you see something like this on any of my maps, that means that if you touch the floor, you die. So you'll need to jump across the pedestals, the tops of them, to reach the other end of the map. Now we get to the next section and introduce the first of the rocks in the maps. Now I will say the rocks have been a pretty contentious point across some of my friends and have become somewhat of a staple hold across these maps. There are a couple of tricky little jumps here that you'll need to apply, but the video will show you how to fully get through this section, so feel free to watch. Be mindful that a couple of the rocks do light on fire, so you will need to time your jumps as not to catch fire. When you reach the end, you will see additional rocks that are spinning and rising up and down, but you're going to take a path to the left instead. When you get to the end of this path, you will enter a room. There is a power core which you will need to pick up and collect. Once you have the power core, you need to go back through the maze with the power core and get all the way back to where the first checkpoint marker is. You will then insert the power core into the pipe as shown here to activate the power system and a teleporter shortcut. Take the shortcut teleporter back to the other side. You will then be in the area where the rotating rocks and falling rocks were. Now you're going to jump across and reach the other end. You will see an ice block preventing your progress any further. Take the path to the right again, make sure to time your jumps across the rotating rocks, and then you'll reach the end where a switch is. When you flip the switch, an explosion will remove the ice wall, and then you can go forward and reach the next checkpoint. When you land, there will be a machine on the ground. Take a look at this machine and you will see that there is a yellow pipe and then a blue pipe. This information will be required later, so we can proceed further on now. You'll come up to a door, go ahead and flip the switch to open the door, and then you'll be greeted with a valley of explosions and lightning strikes. Make sure to dodge and weave and reach the top of the valley. Your progress will be blocked, but you'll see a barrel there, which will be set off by explosives. Follow the path along the left wall to reach the plunger to set off the explosive charge. Proceed down the valley, and then you'll go into a darkened valley area. There are mines here, so make sure to take a close look at the ground and don't step on them. You will explode and die. Proceed into a cave, and there will be additional mines, so again, watch the ground. You'll also need to watch out for the new kill ball pendulums that will be swinging left and right. Once you get past all the pendulums, you will be in the next section of the map, which is an ice section. There will be some longer jumps here, so make sure to use your boost jump as required to reach the end. You will then reach what looks to be a icy lake and then some ice blocks along the side of the wall. Scale the wall and follow the ice blocks. Go across the bridge and then scale the left side of the wall to reach the third checkpoint. From the third checkpoint, we're going to head up, and then you'll see additional pedestals, only that these are slowly moving back and forth. You'll need to time your jump such that you can get across the pedestals and then reach the rock that is stationed at the end, and then use one of the moving pedestals to get to the platform. Head inside the tunnel there and you'll reach the puzzle room. If you've been paying attention to the pipes earlier in the map, you'll see that they are sequenced in color. So the first one is red, the second one was yellow, the third one was blue, and then there is also an output pipe on the left. If you go back outside, you'll see there is an ice block and then a green pipe there. So with that in mind, plug in the sequence from 1 to 3. It is red, yellow, blue, and then set the output to green, and then flip the switch in the middle to melt the ice block. Head back outside to where the ice block was, and you'll be able to set off another explosive charge leading to the final jumping section. The final jumping section combines everything you've done so far, so you have rotating rocks, rocks that light on fire, and then one final new entry, which are falling blocks, which fall as soon as you step on them. So to get across this, you'll need a bounce jump, which means land on it and immediately jump again, carrying your forward momentum to reach the end platform. Another series of bounce jumps, some final platforms, and then you'll reach the end of the map where you can claim the oddball and complete the first map. Hopefully this guide video helps. A little short, but again, this map is pretty short in terms of puzzles or length. If you have any comments or suggestions about future ideas, feel free to drop them here, and I'll see everyone next time.